Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Immortals Inc. podcast. This is Carlos, and I have Mikey with me.
This is Mikey, and yeah, I mean, we're talking like robots today. I mean, you know,
like a very punctual.
We're just being moved out and kicked out of this room anyways. It's like there's no emotion in here anymore.
I know, it's lackluster, but soon it will be exciting time here. And
can we just make the official announcement now?
No.
Why? Never mind, guys.
So anyway, I want to talk about something today that we don't even sell. I just thought it was super cool. And
I thought that was super funny. We don't even sell it, but let's
don't sell it.
It has to be good if you want to talk about it, though.
Well, I'm trying to get it, but I thought it was cool when I saw it. I saw this game a few years ago, and it wasn't so much the game itself as if the background, but it's called Dracula's America.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is from England. This book came from it's an English book, obviously, but it came from England. It's from Osprey Games, so you can go to ospreygames.com if you wanted to look at it.
Does it have a British accent, the book?
Well, it's funny you say that. No, it doesn't. But the way it's written, it's actually at its core is a miniature game, which I have not played, nor have I even watched anybody play it. But what I want to talk about is the background. I thought the background or the story or the world that it's set in is kind of awesome if you're going to play that game. Imagine after the Civil War, Mikey.
I can only imagine.
And imagine Dracula got tired of being in England because they were ready to kill him because he was just tearing up the joint. So Dracula comes to Americas and basically assassinates the whole political party of Lincoln and takes over and becomes president for life.
Just forces his way in there.
Changes laws, and makes it official.
I mean,
that is the backdrop for this miniature game. The miniature game is set in an Old West style. Like, if you play the miniature game, from what I understand, I read it, it's very basic Old West shoot up style kind of game. You know, you have you get your posse, and then you build it from there, and it's either like, you know, you can have Native Americans, you can have Englishmen, or you can have Chinese, Asian the railroad workers, and you can have all these different kind of posses, you know, like former slaves and just, you know, like city folk, whatnot. But it's all set in the Old West, and you could tell it's written not by somebody that lives in this country. Like, when you think of the Old West in America, you're like, okay, and it's to you, it's like, man, it's the Old West, you know, it's just part of the history. But to these guys, like somebody that's not here, that is like the biggest, that's like a big deal. That's like out of control, crazy American stuff, right? So imagine they're writing that and they injected Dracula into it. So he basically runs the whole country. Well, while that's happening, a lot of supernatural other entities come out. So imagine like Bigfoot's real, chupacabras are real, witches are real. Any supernatural creature is real, and it kind of worked its way over here. Now you have this whole battle where Dracula, who's evil, runs the country, and you have all these other underlings or these other factions that are vying for control of it. Like in the core book, it's basically like angels. There's some demons, you know, like the Wendigo, you know, American Indian stuff, and like that's native to here. And it's just a cool background. And they have two other publications that go with it. The core book is Shadows of the West, and it shows you the basic miniature games. There's a company that makes the miniatures. They're not how do I say this nicely? If you look at some of the fancy miniatures from D&D, like WizKids and a Games Workshop, they're really high quality. The company that makes miniatures for these is obviously a smaller company, and they look like Old West miniatures, but they're not as good, but they get the job done. And even the monsters are kind of like comic booky a little bit.
Legos will do you better. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, they would. You could use Legos for it.
I don't know. I have no idea what I'm saying here.
That's okay. But you could use the Legos for it. But the even the combat's really simple and basic. You know, you get 2 shots and you're pretty much dead. And
wait, I want to see this as like an RPG or like a...
that's what I was talking about. But like the miniature game, like I haven't even done it, but the background for this, if you like the Old West or anything to do with like turn of the century or Civil War era, or anything related with Dracula, they mixed them really good, which I'm surprised they didn't make a role-playing game out of this. But the core book is Shadows of the West, and it has your basic, I'm going to flip through this, it has your basic people here.
Where's Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter when you need him?
Well, he's dead.
Yeah.
He got killed. Yeah, you have the different factions here. In the basic, it's like the Twilight Order is the good guys, you know, like the ones that follow, you know, the church and the religion, and then the angels. The Red Hand Coven is like Dracula's right-hand man or little minions. I believe is witches.
It's basically MetaZoo in the 1800s.
Yeah, the Congregation is former slaves, and the Dark Confederacy is like Southern armies that refused to quit or didn't want to quit. They came out with 2 additional publications. The next one is Hunting Grounds. This really focused on Native American. This focuses on the Union soldiers, and it focuses on the Chinese Asian community. And the last book is called Forbidden Powers. And this is where you bring Cthulhu, like you know about Cthulhu, right?
We're bringing Cthulhu into this?
Yep, the Outer Gods.
What is going on? You can't...
You also have the anti-Outer Gods, like the guys that actually hunt down Cthulhu.
You can't do that.
And the Salem Sisterhood, which is old witch hunters. The history to it the background to it is great. The background. I don't know why these guys didn't do a role-playing game, because this is totally set for any kind of role-playing game.
This is us telling you, please make a role-playing game on this.
Yeah, basically. And it's really good. If they did, I don't know. I'll have to research it. If somebody can correct me, it's not. You can. But like I said, I'm going to try and carry these books. And the miniature game, I could see it being played as an Old West game. I know there's a lot of popularity with people like historical games, and the Old West is part of it, because there is a lot of gunfight, Old West style miniature games. But this just interjected a lot of supernatural stuff into it. But really, the fact that Dracula came over, and it is kind of like a cool concept, that Dracula, being driven out of Europe because of his shenanigans, comes to America after the Civil War when it was rebuilding, and just kind of took over and inserted himself.
I think it's just it needs to be an RPG. I can't. I mean,
it's really a good story. I guess. What did you say that movie was before?
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Yeah, basically it's this. You know what I'm saying? It's basically this. Except,
sweet. Everybody watch that movie.
Yeah, every week. If that's actually not a bad movie. As much as I hate, like,
it's not a bad movie.
Yeah, no. As much as I hate, they do goofy stuff like that with history and stuff like that. But it is a well-told story.
You tell somebody, hey, I'm watching Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. They're gonna laugh in your face. I know. 9 times out of 10.
I'll be honest. I didn't want to watch the movie, and then I sat down. I was like bored.
I can't tell anybody that I'm watching the movie.
I know, but once I watched it, I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good story. That is a pretty good story. It's the same along the same lines. But if you're looking for something different, and you want some alternate history role playing, or just some information, or you just want to try a different role play miniature game from some other company that's not major or a mainstream miniature game, give this a try. Look it up. Dracula's America from Osprey Games. I'm going to try, like I said, I'm going to try and get this and carry this in the store just to have it.
Do you know how much it is?
It's not that much. $30. $30 for the core, $25 for the supplements. Core is hardback, supplements are softback. But even just for material, just for the reading material, just for the background material, that's really what I wanted to get it up. But like I said, we don't carry it right now, but try that. Go there. And I just wanted to give that to you guys.
This was a very exclusive suggestion to you guys, okay?
I wouldn't say exclusive, but...
Exclusive.
It's been out for a couple of years, so pretty sure it's not exclusive.
This is your mainstream opportunity, ladies and gentlemen.
Not at all. I think you're just dragging it out now.
Let's just wrap this up.
Trying to do something nice.
Let's wrap this up now.
Trying to give out to somebody and just give them a new idea or something fresh they can use for any. I mean, you could probably drop this, and John would appreciate it. You could probably drop this right into a Savage World game, or any kind of generic role-playing game, and get these books, and bam, you got a cool setting.
Ideas sprouting everywhere.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Not from you.
Well, can you at least hold the sub button up? Can you do that for me?
Right here?
Yeah, can you do that for me at least?
Are we going to have like new thing where I don't have to do this anymore?
Yeah, sure. I thought you loved doing that.
I don't. It's I do like doing it because I want to get some subscribers, because that's what we need, and we want, and we hope to produce better content in the future. So hopefully Mikey will be able to do some cool stuff. So when you're watching our video, you can't tell that it's done in somebody's basement.
I mean, yeah, and they would never know we're in a basement right now. First of all, until you said that. So thanks a lot.
Oh, sorry. Subscribe to us. Help us become popular and get out to the world.
Make us famous. Simple.
Well, make you famous.
Bye, guys.